Hello everyone, welcome to Sports on Our Media. It's me, your host Mercy, and I'm here with Courage. Courage, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mercy.
Today's discussion.
Yeah.
Today we are talking about the semi-final games of the FIFA Club World Cup, and as we all know, Chelsea has qualified to the final stage after beating Fluminense in a 2-0 win. And since that game, there's been a lot of controversy. There's been a lot of talks, on Chelsea's form and Chelsea's their roadmap to this final stage where they are right now. And people have said a lot of things. People think that Chelsea had it easy coming up to this stage. Looking at the fact that Chelsea faced Palmeiras, SL Benfica, and a few others in the group stages up until this stage, people seem to think that Chelsea did not have a very difficult run, and that is why they have successfully, moved to the final stage of the competition, and that Enzo Maresca just had a very soft FIFA Club World Cup season. But contrary to that, I think my guest Courage believes that no, Chelsea, put up a fight and Chelsea went forward, and then they have finally gained. They've earned their position where they are in the final stage right now. So I want to hear from you, Courage. What do you think has helped Chelsea, and do you think they really deserve their position right now?
Yes, absolutely. All these words are just hate speeches. Chelsea rightly deserve where they are right now. And then I even think they should be winning the Club World Cup. I'm not kidding. Because see, if you check their roadmap right from round of 16, there were no lesser teams than Manchester City, Inter Milan were in the Champions League final last season, just this season.
Yes, exactly.
Some few months ago. You see, so why on earth do you tell me that Chelsea faced very, very lesser clubs? That's untrue.
But let me interject on that. Chelsea did not face Inter Milan. Chelsea did not face
I like that point.
Man City. They didn't face Al Hilal.
Which teams beat those teams? Al Hilal beat Manchester City.
Okay.
And then Chelsea was supposed to meet Al Hilal, right? And then this same Fluminense team that Chelsea beat went on to beat Al Hilal. So it's just like if you claim you
winner.
Yes, if you claim you are stronger than me, you beat this person before you come and face me, and then they were unable. So Chelsea actually met the strongest teams on their path. You see, and then did justice to them.
Okay.
Beating Los Angeles, they went ahead to lose to Palmeiras.
No, Flamengo.
Flamengo in their second match.
Yes.
Everyone thought that was over. Chelsea were not even going to qualify for the round of 16.
After that, they really came back very strong.
They have not lost a single game since that defeat to Flamengo.
Yeah.
You see, and then yesterday's match was a very commanding lead, 2-0 clean sheet.
Yes.
Up until yesterday, Fluminense had not conceded 2 goals in a single match.
And that shows you how strong
Chelsea is.
Yes.
And then they were a team that has considered the least number of goals. And then this Chelsea's attack has been on rampant, goal after goal. Chelsea are yet to taste a single defeat in this competition since losing to Flamengo in the round of 2 in the group stage matches. Sorry. You see, so I don't agree with people saying they beat Al Hilal in that group. Al Hilal, look at the quality Al Hilal possesses. Koulibaly and stuff. Manchester City, they were beating teams 6-4.
True.
They were on that same path.
Inter Milan
were beating teams. But it's just unfortunate that Chelsea managed to beat the teams that beat those teams. So Chelsea are equally stronger as you think maybe by a certain Bayern is, or a certain Real Madrid or PSG is. So what we'll be expecting now is the final. What are we expecting to see? You see, so the final match determines who is ultimately the stronger team.
Okay.
Yes.
But Chelsea, as we are saying that Chelsea faced the winners of those other big teams. Someone beats like Manchester City and then they face Chelsea. But let's look at an instance where Manchester City faces off with Chelsea. What do you think the outcome of that particular match would have been?
It would have been Chelsea's win. Because if Chelsea is able to beat the team that beats Man City, what's the probability? I know football doesn't follow that logic, but that's what I feel.
Okay. But didn't we just realize yesterday that, I think yesterday's win cemented Chelsea's, dominance.
Yes.
But Looking back before yesterday's game, would you still think that Chelsea would have beat Man City if they had met?
Yes, absolutely. Because Chelsea possess one of the best defense. So, Tosin Adarabiayo and then Chaloba, even in the absence of Levi Cole, you see what they demonstrated. Clean sheets. They were very, very solid at the back line. They didn't concede any goal, and then they made sure they kept possession in the middle.
Possession for a long time.
Yes, and then their midfield is really, really working. Even times where they've been suspending their players, their valuable players like Caicedo and stuff, they still went ahead to rematches and then play very good football. So all these speeches or talks that Chelsea are just lucky team. Yes, I don't. Yes. There's normal truths. People are just jealous of what they've achieved so far. And the money they are making some huge money as well. Yes, so they even half of this money. How much did they buy Joao Pedro? 55 million, 55. Right? And then they bought Gittins for 30 million. That's 85. They've already made
80 million.
You see,
yes.
So
I think Real Madrid has also made 80 million so far.
Yes.
I think progressing.
Yes, they'll make more than that.
Yes, exactly.
So there are things are just jealous that Chelsea are even in their bad states winning the Conference League.
Yes, Chelsea were fourth.
Yes.
Were fourth, in the previous season.
Yes, they are able to make this huge money and then progress to the Club World Cup, the first ever.
I think, so it's looking like it's just hate talk. It's just internet shows.
Yes.
So internet shows, Courage says that, please, Chelsea has earned their spots in the final of the FIFA Club World Cup. And this is not just chop. They've earned their spots. So please, keep your hate talk to yourself. If your team also makes it there, and if your team wins the cup, then you can come and talk. But right now, please, it's for Chelsea. Now, talking about Chelsea, right? Joao Pedro, he put up a very stunning performance yesterday, scoring 2 goals against a club that he came from, his boyhood club, Fluminense, and not celebrating the goal, And there was this interview they had where he said, it's football, it's his work, so he has to show up for Chelsea.
And Chelsea pays him to score.
Exactly,
goals.
Chelsea pays him to score, so he has to show up for Chelsea, and that is exactly what he did. I think people were expecting him to have a little mercy on Fluminense.
Oh, it doesn't happen that way because if you look at on the twist, Thiago Silva is also a Chelsea legend.
Yes, exactly.
Though he also started from same Fluminense team. So he didn't come from Fluminense straight to Chelsea. By the way, he went to places, even played in the championship and stuff before joining Brighton before Chelsea. He is coming to a team that has a very brand new striker, and the person of Liam Delap. Chelsea just bought him. He's an English international, so very well that the media and everything will support him to succeed in Chelsea. And then already there were players like Nkunku, who is fortunately or unfortunately not finding his feet. And then there's been Nicolas Jackson, who's the topmost striker in Chelsea right now. So coming as a third or fourth striker, you need to prove something very
a point.
Yes, to be able to be considered as even first and
starting
second.
11. Yeah, you need
if not starting, backup. Because if you have Nicolas Jackson, who is an automatic starter, Liam Delap as a complement, the minimum you are on
you're number 3, 4.
Number 3, yes, on the slot. So you needed something extra to be able to even discard Delap before Nicolas Jackson.
I think he's shown himself.
Looks like he's even becoming the main man if he's able to maintain this performance going to the first season, because after the Club World Cup, nothing.
Yes.
They are going to have preseason, so you don't have any big tournament or anything else. So meaning you are going straight to the season.
This is where
the fans get to see. Everyone knows that this guy is on fire.
It's a good signing that they did.
His first match, he came on. He was very, very impressive. He played for only 20 minutes. You could see the anger there, the edge, and then the commitment, and then how hungry he was in his first match. Second match, just too much. Scoring 2 goals. Very, very, very well taken goals with a lot of power behind the ball. So yes, he's cemented. To me, I feel he's cemented his position as the first choice striker for Chelsea.
So do you think Enzo is going to play him in the next game?
That's what I feel. Final? Yes, because Jackson even as of yesterday, he wasn't that clinical. He wasn't that Jackson we saw in his very, very first season. So I'm rooting for Joao Pedro to play ahead of him. And then in that order now, I think even the first has become the last. I think if not for Liam Delap's suspension in his previous month, I think he would have even played ahead of Joao Pedro yesterday. So it was a blessing in disguise. Just as Chelsea also lost their first match against Flamengo. That made them escape all these big teams. You see, if Chelsea had won that match against Flamengo,
They would have faced a bigger team.
Yes. You see, so Chelsea, they've been dodging all the bullets to this stage.
So you seem to agree. So you see, here's the plot twist.
No.
He seems to agree.
It's not Chelsea's fault.
Agree.
It's not Chelsea's fault. It's not Chelsea's fault.
So it's only fair that people say that Chelsea has dodged the bullet and Chelsea has had an easy run up onto
It's not
the
also
stage.
part of the game. Even though I dodged the bullet, but the team that beats you, I also beat that team.
Well,
you see,
at the
if
end
you
of
want
the
to-
day,
you want to be the best,
it's a
you beat
winner's
the best.
game.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's who won
Yes.
that counts.
Yes.
It's
So
not
Joao
who
Pedro
was supposed to.
stepped in the right direction.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So yes, Chelsea's Joao Pedro is making headlines. 23-year-old Brazilian making headlines and scoring impressive goals. Meeting his boyhood club and putting Chelsea in the finals of the FIFA Club World Cup. It's seeming to look like Chelsea's signings this summer is useful. Looking at the plan that Enzo has, having like excess players for all these other positions, it's like he's having a storage. He's scouted the world for all these people. He keeps buying all these players. People wonder why he's buying them, but looking at the kind of play that he has put forward in this tournament alone, looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he has a plan. Do you think that he should continue making such purchases, or do you think that is too much at this point?
It's enough. Come on, in realistic, it's enough. Chelsea has more than 40, almost 50 players. Some on loan, some being frozen out. Raheem Sterling is still Chelsea player. Do you know that?
Wait, I almost missed that.
Yes, he's still a Chelsea player. So all
Is he in
these
transition?
no, he's back. He's
there.
back at Chelsea. He's been frozen out.
True.
You know what Ben Chilwell? Ben Chilwell is still a Chelsea player.
I have honestly lost count of the number of Chelsea players
it's enough.
there are.
Work around these few.
I think there are about 2 or 3 Joaos even in the team currently.
Joao Felix. He's nowhere to be found.
Yes.
I purchased him with huge money from
He
Atletico
recently
Madrid.
even came. He's not been there for like over 3 seasons even.
So, like, work within, have a core team, work with them, these few players, develop them
I think
to becoming
he's
champions.
still experimenting, right? Chelsea right now is looking like a promising team. Unlike, last
You can be looking like a promising team for the whole of your life. That's
Even
the case of Arsenal. I didn't say that. I didn't conclude that. Yes, you can look like a promising. And Arsenal after Wenger and then Arteta.
Yeah.
They've always been promising. Oh, promising. Promising.
Yes.
And they never achieve any ultimates at the end.
So please, we don't want a repeat of Arsenal. Chelsea are the only Premier League team in the FIFA Club World Cup right now, and we have 2 European teams, which is PSG and then Real Madrid. If they make it to the next stage, we'll see who is who. What are your predictions for that match before we even?
I expect PSG to go through. Yes, because they are the current European champions.
Yes.
So Real Madrid are not in their very best forms. They'll be missing the service of Hussein as well.
Okay, yeah. Hussein got
on the other
got
side.
a card.
PSG also be missing Pacho and then Lucas Hernandez. Lucas Hernandez is not too much of importance to them, but then Pacho has been the rock
Pacho
at
has
the back.
He has been real strong.
Yes, so in all, I expect PSG to go through for the fact that they are the European champions. I want them to maintain that high status.
I mean, in their last game, they were 9 men down and they still had a
went ahead
2-0 lead.
Yes.
So I think
against Bayern.
It would be on a very equal scale, looking at their last 2, their very last games.
Yes.
If PSG goes, but if Chelsea is to face Real Madrid, what do you think the outcome is going to be?
It will be a cracker because Chelsea Real Madrid has always produced that top class football. I remember Chelsea on their way to win the 2021 Champions League. The tournaments that make them eligible to play to play in this particular tournament, they beat Real Madrid and we're out to the final. Kai Havertz and then Timo Werner scoring. I remember very vividly. And then also Real Madrid, the next season, on their way to winning the Champions League, 2003 season, they also beat Chelsea. So it was give and take affair. Prior to that, they had met only once with Chelsea emerging as winners. That was Champions winners somewhere in the 90s. You see, so it's always been a cracker. Anytime Chelsea meets Real Madrid, they don't regularly meet, but then they've met 4 times, home and away. twice home and away, making 4 in recent years. So it will be something very nice. But then PSG, Chelsea, 2012 and then 2014 they met, and then it was 2-1, 1-1, 2-1, 1-1, same repeated scoreline. Yes. So all will be a very big cracker. But then as of now, what I want to see now is how Chelsea will be able to handle that PSG's midfield trial. Chelsea also having a very, very good double pivot. So it will be very nice if Chelsea should meet PSG
that game,
instead.
Whoever makes it to the final, actually, it will be a very enjoyable
nice
game.
Yes, final at hand to watch.
Because I feel like now they all have different dynamics.
Yes.
I feel like most of them, all these teams even have new coaches.
Yes.
Very new coaches, all trying out their hands on new tactics, new formations, new time. Everybody is trying something new, but it will show, who has tried and who is the actual winner. I think at the end of the day, we'll be here for it all. So if your team is still in the competition, shouts to you. If your team is not inside, please go and prepare for next season. So closing up on our discussion for today, Olympic Lyon has been sent back to League One, so their relegation to League Two is no more valid. What do you think about this development?
It's such a relief for me particularly, and I hope most football fans will also rejoice about this news, because Lyon are one of the biggest clubs in Europe, and then in French League as well. They've managed to produce a lot of talent, like Lacazette, even our own boy Enes Nyama is in there. So getting them to League Two would have been very, very difficult. Looking at the investment they've made in the past years, and then the brand they've been able to build, sending them would be very, very tough. Just like saying you are sending Manchester City of England to Championship. You lose that
would be a very big blow.
Yes to the league as well, because they have quite numerous of supporters around the globe. So I'm very, very happy, and then they shouldn't just go back into that again. Like, they should work around and then make sure they don't accumulate any debt.
They need to check their finances.
Yes, they should always balance their books to avoid such threats again in coming future.
So Lyon is successfully back into the League One, and they are looking forward to making a lot of successes, as their appeal has been accepted, and the process has been concluded. So that has been sports on our media for today. It's been me, Mercy, and my guest, Courage. Courage, it's been so nice having you here.
Thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Catch you some other time. Bye.